what's wrong with salad? Where do I begin in terms of the oxalates, the fiber, the not being able to absorb the nutrition from them, it basically being a conduit for dressing, and most dressing just being filled with sugar, therefore it's just a conduit for sugar. Like, yeah, terrible.
I didn't know he was going to be an engineer, but I did know he had a flair for drama, and I watched him when he did his senior project in high school. It was on hydrogen, or I'm not even sure what it was on, nuclear energy, and I thought, uh-oh, he's going to be a scientist. And that was the moment, his senior project night.
So most of my undergraduate research was in physics. My background was actually in astroparticle physics and working with Xenon 1 ton, a group through Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. All the physicists always told me I was an engineer. And working with engineers, they always told me I was a physicist. So nuclear engineering seemed to be this like fantastic middle ground where I get the physics aspect and I get the engineering aspect for everything. And nuclear instrumentation was one of the areas of research that I could go into where I can actually build something, I can actually see something come to be and be an experimentalist and actually go out, measure these materials, characterize these materials, and develop something that is very real.
Steinberger. William is one of my PhD students, number 25, graduated today. This is super exciting. He's a fantastic student. He's been really a pillar in the laboratory, helping the undergraduate students, helping the junior students learn the system, really being independent in his research.
I've greatly enjoyed mentoring all of my students, yes.
Will has a lot of faith in his students, even when they don't have faith in themselves, which is very helpful because as a completely incompetent sophomore, I did not come in with a lot of knowledge, but Will believed in me and he guided me through the process of acquiring what I needed to know to solve relevant, real world problems that he was encountering in research. So he never made me feel left out. He always made me feel as though my work that I was doing was actually meaningful and helpful. And when I had a question, he never hesitated to answer it. Even when I felt like my questions were stupid or we discussed it, he was very willing to go back and discuss things that I know that we had discussed but I didn't fully grasp the first time. And he never made me feel bad for that. And he boosted my confidence in myself a lot, which is nice.
When he was entry-level scouts, the lowest level scouts. When he won a fishing tournament at Bass Pro Shop, he caught the largest fish for his group or whatever at a lake at the Bass Pro Shop in Hampton, Virginia. Remember that when he was starting Cub Scouts? He went through Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts and eventually became an Eagle Scout. Yeah, he made Eagle. He passed the Eagle board on his 16th birthday. And then he actually worked 2 summers as a lifeguard, sailing instructor at a Boy Scout camp when he was in high school.
mentored under him was pretty fantastic. So I started my master's here at the graduate school under him. I didn't really know anything about the HTTPI. When I learned about it, I got an email saying, hey, you're going to be doing a master's work. I'm like, okay, cool. Now they're like, okay, choose a project. I'm like, all right, I'll see what I'm going to choose. And then I looked through them. I got a small description on like Will's work. It sounded interesting, so I reached out and I ended up working there for a year. It was pretty good. So I like his methodology, which isn't just here's a script, here's just some work, run it and see what happens. It's more of like he wants you to have a good fundamental understanding of the basics and everything, so that once he's not there, I know what I'm still doing. So I'm not just like running in blind and everything. But no, yeah, otherwise, like, yeah, working with him, collaborating with him, talking with him, even if it's not about work or anything, it's been fun, it's been great.
In 2018, when I went to the Defense Threat Reduction Agency Advanced Technology Demonstration, I had the opportunity to actually be with the DTRA personnel funding all of the instrumentation development, see what other applications and what other instrumentation they were funding, but also actually get to talk with the Special Operations Forces and the actual boots on the ground to actually see what they were looking for. That was one of the coolest and also like one of the most nervous presentations I've done for the group, just because they were not afraid of going up to my system and lifting it, messing with it, doing whatever they wanted with it. And like I was just sitting there like, no, don't touch that. But like it was the coolest thing to get their response and their interest in this kind of system for its capabilities, and because it was a system they could see would be actually portable. That was absolutely one of the coolest things and one of the best opportunities through the program I've had.
You've worked hard over the past 5 years here in Michigan, and we just want to say congratulations, Dr. Steinberger.